4 guys. And the first senior that I would like to call out is Chi-Chi. All right, so I have the boys write some things down. I asked Chi-Chi what are some of his favorite memories from his basketball career here. And it's the one time that he blocked a player and then ran to score, or he ran back down and got a score, and then when they came back, he got blocked by the same player. That's all right, the block that he did was awesome. One thing he wants to tell his teammates, he wants you guys to have fun. It is fun that we had the struggles that we had and how much we've improved in all of our ways. Just hold on to that and always grow in those areas. Something he wants to share with his coaches is thank you for pushing me to be the best of myself and encouraging me to do more than I think that I can. Thank you for taking the time to push us to be the best basketball players that we could. And what he wants to say to Rebecca is thank you for taking the time to come to my games and supporting me. I love hearing you chanting my name every time I got a rebound or I scored. And from Rebecca to you and from the whole family. You worked so hard and given your all. Some things may be easier for others and are harder for you, maybe like English class. But you've chosen to take hold of it and to overcome it, even on the days you didn't feel like it. I'm so proud of you for making choices that will direct your life into the good plans that God has for you. And He does have good plans. He who started a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. We are thankful for you and all of those who have sown into your life. You are so worth it. You are the Father's great delight. We delight in you too. May you be blessed this coming year in knowing and discerning all the good plans for you. Don't look back, only look forward, with God strengthening you every day to do all that you are called to do. Love, Tony, Rebecca, enjoy.
Chi-Chi, you have been a joy to have as a player. The thing I love about you is when you are asked to do something, you do it. And you respond quickly. Chi-Chi, this is his second year with me, but we missed out on last year. But what I really tried to hammer home to Chi-Chi was he had to make a tough decision last year, and it was a good decision to try and get his studies in order and be on top of that. And he chose to not play sports last year to do that, and that was tough. And that takes a mature individual to do that. And Chi-Chi, you can be proud of yourself for doing that. We love having you this year. We got a couple more games. Your improvement has been incredible. And you go out there and you bring energy and you bring excitement. And I know that the Lord's going to use you for some incredible things. Boys, what do you do when you get fired up with Chi-Chi? What's the... There's something else. What's your saying? What's your thing? Come on, don't leave me hanging. Come on! Whoa. Come on, guys, don't leave me hanging here. He just did it for you. There we go. Thank you. Thank you.
We love you, Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi!
For our next senior, I want to call out Ty Small.
Get the shoes.
Nice. recent, if you guys were at the last game, was making $100 from coach for his in between the legs layup. Pretty impressive and kind of terrifying at the same time, but it was impressive at the same time too. Also, he will always remember every tournament that the boys go do together. He will remember Coach when he was slapping the ball out of Big Sam's hands. And this year, he will remember winning state and or the GPAC tournament. One thing he wants to share with his teammates, never doubt yourself, trust the work you put in, trust your coaches, trust your teammates, and most importantly, trust yourself. He wants to say to his coaches, thank you for trusting me, thank you for being patient with me, for telling me to focus on having fun, and to simply just play my game. You guys are some W's for sure. And to his parents, Mom, thank you so much for the support, whether it be you buying me drip, or simply listening to me ramble on about all the crazy things about the games, about practices, or random scenarios that go on in my head. And Dad, thank you for pushing me, for being my coach for life, and for always being willing to practice with me. This will always be our sport, Pops. Love you. And from your parents. Kai, I can't remember when it actually happened, but one day you woke up and have decided in your heart that basketball was your favorite. Like most sports, it took you a little minute to get to the hang of it, but I could see this game was different for you. It was personal. You wanted the shots, the blocks, the assists. You wanted to be better, and you were willing to put the hard work in for it. Watching your confidence grow in the game and in yourself made our hearts so happy. One of our favorite things was watching Mrs. Yap's highlights that she made for you and hearing her little, yeah, after the play and celebrating those moments too. We have loved cheering you on as you've pushed yourself to reach goals on the court, almost as much as we love watching you fight for them off the court. Your persistence, even when it doesn't go your way, is encouraging. You don't quit when the shot or the block or the assist doesn't go the way that you planned. You look over at your daddy, tap your chest, and mouth, my bad, my bad. And then you keep pushing. I love you for that, Stink. Always remember to keep the same energy off the court and just watch how far you'll go. Even though this is your last basketball season as a Lion, you can be confident that your biggest fans and Mrs. Lee will always be right here, cheering for you on the sidelines of your life. Gang, gang.
All right, Kai, you gave me one of the greatest opportunities of being able to quote one of the best movies of all time. You're killing me, Smalls. Just playing with you. Kai is an incredible player. He brings an energy to the team. You can see it on the court all the time. He gets fired up with little things, and he really brings an energy to this group. And Kai's another player that I've had 3 years now, and have seen incredible growth. But what I appreciate most about Kai is what he does off the court. And I get to see him influence the guys around him, his friends, and really be that type of leader that he's grown into being. And so Kai, you heard it from his parents. He really found between last year and this year that desire to really elevate his game and compete. And so noticeable improvement from Kai this year, and just such a joy to have you, man. You almost got benched for that under the leg thing, so I'm glad you made that. But once I found out it was a deal with Coach, it was all good. So, love having you, dude, and I'm excited to see what God leads you in the future.
made the game-winning buzzer beater. It's definitely a big highlight. I think that was at Ozanam, right? Last year at Ozanam. And every Joplin tournament has been really fun and will always be remembered. He wants his teammates to remember no matter what your skill level, if you're good, if you're bad, you can always get better if you put your mind to it. Never give up. To his coaches, you guys have been amazing coaches. I respect you a lot. Godly mentors of mine, and I really appreciate all that you've done for this program. And to his parents, he wants to say thank you for the support throughout his basketball career. Thank you to my parents for making so many sacrifices to let me play high school sports. Thank you to my mom for seeing me get hurt countless times and still letting me play, even though it hurts her soul. And thank you to my dad for always showing up to all of my games. And from your parents, Christopher, when you were very little, I used to lift weights in order to build strength to carry you. Later, as soon as you could walk, you were climbing door jambs and shimmying up the walls. I knew that at that point I knew you were going to be an athlete, and I prayed that I would be able to keep up with you. We have loved this journey from swimming to dancing to football and finally basketball. We have loved watching all of them. We are extremely proud of you for the way that you stand for your brothers on each of your teams, and for the way that you have fought for and often paid the cost for these teams. We have some great memories from when you started basketball. You were trying so hard to translate football skills into non-fouling basketball defense. Like when you took a charge with your shoulder angled towards the opponent football style, and then you were mystified when the ref called a foul on you. Back to when you kept getting too far underneath the basket, and your shot would always go on the wrong side of the backboard, and sometimes even go out of bounds. But all of that, only 2.5 years after starting, here you are, a controlled player, dribbling, passing, defending without fouls, and making those layups after the fast break. Wow. We are so proud of you. We are proud of your commitment and your dedication. We are proud of your team spirit and the all-out nature of your fight for a win. You hold nothing back. Even playing with injuries, you have been overcoming this whole season. It has been wonderful to watch your games, and it is sad to have this time to come to an end. Your dad and I might have to find a new hobby. We will miss seeing you play.
Chris has been another an incredible teammate. His first year to play was my first year to coach here. And my first memory of Chris, I just want you to put on your thinking caps here, or your imaginary caps, and think of the most eloquent rebounder, light feet, and kind of like this. That was my first memory of Chris, and he said, "Coach, I'm a dancer. That's just what I do." Look at Chris now. I mean, he is a double-double machine, and he's one of the more dominant players in the league, and that shows his dedication to the game. Even though it wasn't his first sport, he really enjoyed it, and man, we were going to miss him. That game-winning shot last year was kind of his moment of like going from I kind of know this too, now I want this really bad. And last summer he put a ton of work in, and free throws, outside shot, a more all-around game. And so it's been fun to watch Chris develop into that. We just wish we would have had him a little bit longer this year. So Chris, you are outside of basketball. I know you're loved. I know that a lot of people are in your circles, and it's pretty evident as why that is. You're a likable guy, and you really are kind. You are a gentle giant, and so it's incredible to see your interaction with people. And you're smart. You're super smart, and it's going to be really cool to see that next level. I know football hopefully is up there for you. Athletics are in your future, and just go strong. Whatever you do, put your best effort to it, and you're going to see a lot of fruit from that. Good job.
And then right here. Thank you.
Alright, let's hear from Jesse. He will always remember jobs and tournaments, playing with his brother Luke, Chris's game winner against Rosenham, watching Mr. Good spaz out on the sidelines, and trapping every person in sight with Noah in 7th grade. One thing he wants his teammates to remember, hustle is underrated. It's the only reason that I got on the court in junior high. No matter how much you're up or how bad you're losing, never give up and work your hardest. He wants to say to his coaches, thank you for putting in so much time and effort into basketball and our careers here. You have not only helped us to become better basketball players, but better people as well. I have had so much fun playing and learning from you, and I'm really going to miss you guys. And to his parents, thank you for always supporting me in everything I do. You've never missed a game, and you're always there to cheer me on. Thank you, Mom, for videoing every single play so I could go back and look at every basket I made and every foul I committed. Thank you, Dad, for always taking the time to talk about every game and helping me find ways that I could play better next time. Love you guys. From your parents, from your dad first. Thank you. I have really enjoyed watching you grow as a basketball player. The trials that you have displayed and developed on the basketball court have translated in other areas of your life. Ever since you began playing, you've always hustled and scrapped for every ball. I love your tenacity and aggressiveness. I also love how you so willingly put yourself into a position to try and draw that charge. That takes courage and a selfless desire to help your team. I admire everyone who is willing to try and draw a charge. When you started playing basketball, you didn't have a natural shot, but you put the hours of work in, shooting mid-range shots and working on various drives and floaters. And now, in your senior year, you have become a scoring threat. I love your work ethic and how you pursue excellence. I believe these traits will take you far in whatever area you choose to pursue. I'm proud of the person and basketball player you become. Much respect and love, Dad. And from your mom. Jesse, I have enjoyed watching you play basketball over the years, watching your understanding and love for the game grow, as well as your skill. You signed up for basketball at the Y back when you were in kindergarten, when you could barely shoot a ball over your head. And during those elementary years, you literally spent half the game on the floor. I'm not sure if it was because you were going for the loose balls or trying to draw a foul, but you were laid out on the floor for a majority of every single game. We refer to those years as mop the floor years. You've come a long way since those mop the floor years. These days you spend more of the game on your feet, though I still cringe every time I see you try to take one of those charges. Either way, you have grown tremendously in your game, and even this past year, I've seen a huge improvement in some of your new skills. I love your competitive spirit. You've always been a scrappy player, and I love watching that. I love your willingness and tenacity to learn new skills. I love watching your leadership on the court. I love that you give it your all every single game, and you leave everything on the floor. I can't believe that we are here, 13 years later, celebrating you on senior night, and that your high school basketball career is coming to a close. I will dearly miss watching you play and trying to catch everything on video. I will also very much miss watching you talk shop and go through the game film with Dad and Luke after your games. It's been so much fun, and despite the absolute craziness of the schedule, I don't regret a single moment of it. I love you so much, and I will always be cheering you on wherever you are and whatever you do. Love, Mom.
There's so many awesome things about you. first basketball. When I first saw you, your sophomore year, I first met most of the guys at the Joplin volleyball and soccer tournament, and that was one of the first that's one of the first sports experiences I saw. And what I saw out there was someone was willing to do whatever it took to do something good for their team, sacrifice, and you hustle. Your first year in basketball, we had an unfortunate ankle injury with the coach, and we really didn't get to see you much. Last year, you stepped up in a big way, and then this year, out of nowhere, you became a scoring machine. And that, as a coach, was completely unexpected. I'm going to be honest. Okay, I didn't know where our scoring was going to come from this year, and Jesse stepped up in a really big way and took that on his shoulders. Outside of basketball, we all know Jesse's an incredible leader. He leads in prayer, he leads in worship, and he definitely has an anointing for that in his life. And no matter what he chooses to do, that's going to be. I know that the Lord is number one in his life. I know that's the case with all of you guys. I want to be clear with that. Jesse, continue to pursue that. Continue to pursue everything you do with excellence, and the Lord's going to give and produce fruit out of you in an abundance ways. He's already doing that amongst your peers at the school, but it's just the preparation for what's in store in these coming years. So, thanks for being an awesome guy, and for being an incredible leader on the court. Say about all four of you guys. It has been an honor and a privilege to really be your coach. It's been a dream of mine to coach high school basketball, and I got that opportunity my first year with you guys. And I know that you have grown a lot, and I kind of reflected on that a little bit. I'm learning too, and hopefully I'm making improvements both on and off the court as well. And parents, thank you for letting me be their coach. It really is a joy and a privilege. It's a grind of a season, but it really is a lot of fun. And looking back on these last 3 years with you guys has been a lot of fun. The last 2 years, we had more individual talent that we could rely on. This year, we really had to come together as a team and as a unit, and we have played some really good ball. And I know that what they learned together as a team is going to translate off the court. And hopefully you guys can rely on each other, and you can continue to push each other as we did in practice in your everyday walk. Everything from your academics to your friendships, but also with your walk with the Lord. That's where you're going to need each other the most, is when times get tough, you're able to say, you know what, we got each other's back. And hopefully basketball helped mold that just a little bit. So again, thanks parents for letting me be their coach, and thank you guys for giving me your all. We just give you honor and praise for these young men. Lord, each of them carries such a unique quality that you have given them that nobody else possesses. And Lord, little by little, that is being revealed. And so, Lord, as they wrap up their high school basketball careers, Lord, that you would really trust in them, Father, that they would know first and foremost that they are loved. That they are loved by the Father, and that, Lord, there is only one of them. And Lord, that they can be the best light, that they can be the best person that you created them to be. every time they step out their doors, every time that they come into school, every time that they walk off the basketball court. Lord, I'm so grateful and thankful for Kai, Chi-Chi, Jesse, and Chris, as they have displayed some incredible qualities. And Lord, I know that you continue to work on them, you continue to seek them, and you continue to mold them. So thank you, Father, for creating them to be incredible young men.